We are back. It's weather for Weather Geeks time here on Monday, the 21st of August, Eclipse Day. Hope you got a chance to check out the eclipse in some form today, whether it's through a pinhole projector or eclipse glasses, or by watching our pretty fantastic coverage, if I do say so myself, on 21 WFMJ, our Facebook pages, and WFMJ.com. We had about a 45, maybe 50-minute show this afternoon. Great stuff from Derek Steyer, live in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Certainly experienced totality there, and he certainly was almost left speechless, which for Derek is rare, due to his experience there this afternoon. So again, hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't get a chance to check this one out, well, we've got an even better show coming in 2024, April the 8th. The total eclipse will track through Mexico and Texas and then head northeast, and we'll be very close to totality in most of our viewing area. In fact, technically in totality in parts of Trumbull County. But even in Mahoning, Columbiana, Mercer counties, we're going to be probably 98 to 99% in totality with that eclipse, April 8th, 2024. So we have that to look forward to. I hope the weather is as nice that day as it was for us today. We had some fair weather, clouds around, but generally speaking, the weather did cooperate. All right, this evening on Storm Tracker 21, all is relatively quiet. We've had a couple of storms that have rolled through from time to time, but most of these have been focused from I-80 on north. Most of us are going to be dry for the rest of the night tonight. Back to the eclipse real quick. Check out this great GOES 16 loop of the eclipse traversing the U.S. today. That's that dark blob moving across. Very easy to see. Really interesting stuff here that is really just fascinating. When the eclipse moved over parts of the southeast, and it got dark for a time over parts of the Carolinas and Tennessee, that field of cumulus clouds that you see before the eclipse moved through, once the eclipse is gone, there's not as many cumulus clouds around. So those cumulus clouds dissipated due to the lack of incoming solar radiation during the time of the eclipse this afternoon. So yeah, I could watch this all day. That is really, really cool stuff. So nice that we had GOES 16 launch before the eclipse so we could check out much of the cool stuff that there was to see today. Back here at home again, we've been visited by a few rounds of showers and storms today. These even tried to produce a little bit of hail around Niles and Mineral Ridge in Vienna, or just south of Vienna, mid-afternoon, and then around Fredonia and just south of Sandy Lake. We probably had a little bit of hail earlier on today. All right, dew points, really high. It's muggy outside. Dew points are in the upper 60s, lower 70s. No relief anywhere nearby, but look at this out here. This is what is finally going to track our way as we go towards the second half of the week. There's our cold front, and that's 48 hours from now. That drier air is indeed heading our way. All right, big picture for your Tuesday. Kind of back to normal tomorrow. No eclipses tomorrow. As far as temperature-wise, tomorrow, another warm one above average. The average on tomorrow's date, the 22nd, is 80. Record high back in that hot summer of 1936. And speaking of hot summers, back in 1988, we had a hot summer, but it was also such a dry summer that the air was able to cool off significantly some nights. And we set a record low in 1988 on the 22nd of 39 degrees. That is pretty remarkable. All right, 13 hours and about 31 or 32 minutes of daylight for tomorrow. If the month ended today, it would be the 12th driest August on record. We could use some rain now across the region. Your mileage varies in thunderstorms in the summertime, but at the airport, only about 1.5 inches worth of rain through the first 3 weeks of the month. All right, so for tomorrow, let's start focusing on the possibility of severe weather. Around mid-afternoon into the evening, this cold front will be marching in, and we have the chance of seeing some heavy, gusty thunderstorms, and then the threat will diminish as we go deeper into the evening. The Storm Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, has the region in the slight risk for severe weather. That's kind of one of our middle categories, of course. Generally means that scattered severe storms are possible, likely relatively short-lived in a typical slight risk kind of a day, but again, some days are different. We had a slight risk last week, and we had an EF1 tornado in Trumbull County. So slight risk does not always mean exactly the same thing, that is for sure. What I've done with the severe weather threat for tomorrow is kind of given a time frame here of 3 to 9. I'll be tweaking this some as I get new model information this evening. So look for an update tonight on 21 News at 11. But right now, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I think 3 to 9, generally speaking. Wind damage and hail, of course, are primary threats. Hour-by-hour rain chances, kind of coinciding with that idea of a late afternoon and early evening period. I have the highest chances right around dinner time, but again, I'll be taking a fresh look at this over the next few hours, and you can look for updated hourly rain chances on your Storm Tracker 21 app and on WFMJ 21 News at 11 later on this evening. Boy, what a cold front this is going to be. A real taste of fall heading our way. Very, very muggy tomorrow. One more day, and then whoosh, Wednesday is going to be a lot different. Dew points are going to crash, and that'll set the stage for very comfortable weather at the end of the week, just in time for the start of high school football. Wow, you might need a jacket. In fact, I think a lot of people will need a jacket Friday night. We'll be fast-forwarding about a month into the future with temperatures and humidity levels that low at the end of the week, and that'll continue right into the weekend. Check out these dew points. That is awesome. It's, keep the windows open kind of weather starting on Wednesday, taking us all the way through the weekend and probably into early next week as well. Here's our forecast temperatures for the next 7 days. Tomorrow is it as far as above average, way below average, starting Wednesday. And again, we'll squeeze out 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 or 8 days of pretty comfortable weather starting on Wednesday. What about the longer range? Here's the latest and greatest European modeling for the next month. Precipitation departures from average, suggesting that our sort of dry stretch that we're in right now may continue into the month of September. Not seeing a very wet signal across the region over the next 4 weeks. Precipitation-wise and temperature-wise, again, we may see a continuation of the overall pretty nice pattern. Not expecting a lot of heat for the tail end of summer and as we head into the early autumn season. So I like both of those maps, generally speaking. It means I don't have to mow the grass very much, and it means we can keep the windows open a lot, I think, over the next month, if this set of modeling has the right idea. And as we take a look at the American modeling, I think that European modeling is generally right. Here's a look at the temperatures broken down in kind of 5-day, or I should say 10-day increments on the CFS model here. Notice the blues around, days 5 to 15, days 10 to 20, days 15 to 25. You get the idea here for the next month. It's going to be kind of like we've seen in August, I suspect, where, we're talking about short bursts of hot weather or warm weather, but generally speaking, overall pretty nice pattern, pretty comfortable pattern. Should continue for the next 3-4 weeks. That's tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks for sticking with me on a long video tonight. I'm back from vacation, and so you can expect fresh editions of this video most weekday evenings. My schedule gets a little weird at the end of this week, so Weather Geeks will probably not happen Thursday and Friday, but at least for the next couple of days, fresh editions of the Valley's geekiest weather video.